Understanding icon sets in conditional formatting. Icon sets give you a way to represent numbers visually using small symbols right inside your cells. Instead of scanning through figures, you can instantly see which values are high, low, or somewhere in the middle just by glancing at the icons. Let's work through this with a practical data set. Imagine you have a list of products along with their figures for January and February. We'll use this to explore how icon sets work and how you can customize them to fit your exact needs. Applying your first icon set. Start by selecting the January figures. With that range highlighted, head up to Conditional Formatting, then hover over Icon Sets. You'll see a gallery of different icon styles: arrows, circles, flags, stars, and more. If you just click one of these options directly, Excel will apply it immediately using default settings. That works fine in some situations, but if you want more control over how those icons behave, go all the way to the bottom and select More Rules. This opens a dialog where you can define exactly what each icon represents before anything gets applied. Choosing and customizing your icon style. Inside the rule editor, the first decision is which icon style to use. This is largely personal preference, but think about what makes sense for your data. For figures where you want to show performance levels, something like 3 colored arrows works well: green for good, yellow for okay, red for needs attention. Once you've picked a style, you'll notice that because you selected a 3-icon set, Excel plans to divide your data into thirds. Each icon represents roughly 33% of the range. But here's the part most people miss. Excel defaults to using percentages for the thresholds, which might not match your actual numbers. Look at the type dropdown. If your data consists of plain numbers, like totals, you need to change this from percent to number. Otherwise, the thresholds won't make sense for your dataset. With the type set correctly, you can now define specific cutoff points. Let's say you want the green arrow to appear when figures are 3,000 or higher. In the first threshold field, enter 3,000 and make sure the condition reads greater than or equal to. For the middle tier, maybe you want the orange or yellow icon to show for values between 2,000 and 2,999. Set that threshold to 2,000, again using greater than or equal to. Everything below 2,000 automatically gets the red icon. No additional configuration needed for the lowest tier. Click OK, and Excel assigns icons based on exactly what you specified. Anything at 3,000 or above gets green. Values from 2,000 to just under 3,000 get yellow. Below 2,000, red. What happens without customization? If you don't customize the thresholds, Excel handles the division automatically. Select your February figures, go to Conditional Formatting, Icon Sets, and just pick a style directly. Excel finds the lowest and highest values in your selection, then splits the range into equal portions, thirds for a 3-icon set. This automatic approach works reasonably well when your data is evenly distributed, but it often doesn't reflect meaningful business thresholds. That's why customizing usually produces better results. Working with 4 or 5 icon sets. You're not limited to 3 icons. Excel offers 4-icon and 5-icon sets as well. The choice affects how finely your data gets segmented. To see this in action, select a range with existing conditional formatting. Open Conditional Formatting, then Manage Rules. Select the rule and click Edit Rule. Now switch to a 4-icon set, perhaps the colored circles. With 4 icons, Excel divides your data into quarters by default. Again, change the type to number if you're working with actual figures. Then set your custom thresholds. You might use 4,000 for the top tier, 3,000 for the second, 2,000 for the third, and anything below 2,000 falls into the 4th category. Click OK twice, and the new icons appear based on your updated criteria. Creating a trend comparison indicator. Here's a really useful technique. Using icon sets to show whether values increased or decreased between 2 periods. First, clear any existing conditional formatting from your cells. You can do this through Conditional Formatting, then clear rules from selected cells. In this new column, Up-Down, Enter a formula that calculates the difference between months. The formula is straightforward. Take the February value and subtract the January value. So your formula would be the February cell minus the January cell. Copy this formula down through all your rows. What you'll see now is a mix of positive and negative numbers. Positive means February was higher than January. Negative means they went down. Configuring icons for positive and negative values. Select your calculated differences, then go to Conditional Formatting, Icon Sets, and straight to More Rules. Choose an icon set that clearly shows direction. The small triangles work nicely for this. Set the type to number. For the first threshold, enter 0 with greater than or equal to. This means any positive number, or exactly 0, displays the upward pointing green arrow. You don't want a middle icon. You just want up or down, nothing in between. Change the middle icon dropdown to No Cell Icon. This effectively removes it from the display. The bottom tier automatically handles anything less than 0, showing the downward red arrow. Click OK, and your column now shows at a glance which products improved in February and which declined. Hiding the numbers and showing only icons. Those calculated differences serve their purpose, but you might not want the actual numbers cluttering up your view. The icons alone tell the story clearly enough. Go back into Conditional Formatting, then Manage Rules. Select your icon set rule and click Edit Rule. Near the bottom of the dialog, you'll find an option called Show Icon Only. Check that box. Click OK, and the numbers disappear, leaving just the arrows. You might also want to center align the column so the icons sit nicely in the middle of each cell. This approach gives you a clean visual indicator that instantly communicates whether performance improved or declined without forcing anyone to interpret numbers. It's one of the most practical applications of icon sets you'll encounter.